D, get ready. That's right, everybody. We are back at the CornerCade. I got a guest here. Go ahead, buddy. State your name.
Make a U-turn.
All right, John D. John D is in the car right now, traveling. John, where are you going?
Huh?
Where are you going?
Who?
You, John.
Who's John?
John Diamond.
Oh, this isn't John.
Such a lion asshole.
This isn't John.
Did you like that news about Cyrus today?
Who?
Oh, stop it. Do you like to have fun with the community?
What?
We went live right away. This is awesome, dude. Look at. We have 3 people in here, guys. Let's go. Yeah, I told you the CornerCade was going hard. John, hold the phone sideways. Then get the whole picture in. There you go. Oh, and John is gone just like that, guys. John is gone. But don't worry, guys. We got myself here at the CornerCade live and in the building. I'm gonna go ahead. Should I title this anything? What should we do, guys? Who's actually here and in the building? John D was just on the phone with me. Let's go. He probably didn't want to stay. He was going to the Wawa with somebody in the car. Who knows? But we are still here kicking it live at the CornerCade, guys. We stopped playing games so we can go live with you guys. Fred Burner, this ain't no game, son. We're back in the building. Actually, I just fired up this whole streaming setup. So just give me a second here. Just give me a second. We want to revert the colors to what we normally are used to. There we go. Hold on a second. Boom. Love it. Tim York is in the house, baby. Let's go. Everybody start coming in. That's right, George. We're live into the building. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, that's right. End of the line. That's a new one. Let's go, man. Welcome aboard. Yeah, John hung up. He was trolling. But he wants to let you know we're getting them closer, guys. We're getting them closer to the CornerCade, guys. I'm telling you, just wait. Just wait. He wants to. He just wants to like leave those breadcrumb trailers out there. He just wants to a little bit at a time kind of thing. He says bad connection. Signal got lost. Sorry. It's okay. I'll resend him the link. I doubt he's going to join, but Mrs. CornerCade's dying over there too. John kills me. I can't. You know, John D's our guy. He loves to do what John does. Who's the mystery? That was John D, guys. We had John D on the phone. Julio Hernandez. I figured we go live with it, but I know he was kind of messing. Oh, he's coming back now. He's calling. He's calling back into the show, guys. Let's see if he's here. John, are you here? Now he's gonna do a. He's pretending to cut out now. John is hilarious. You gotta love him. What can you say, John? I'll let you talk to the community. I gotta go open up a window in here. It's a little hot, but you talk to the community. Do your thing, man. Guys, we are ever so close.
Carter Parkway for 1 mile.
Oh, don't dox yourself, kid. You got the navigation going nuts in your car. We can clearly hear that. All right, yes, Julio Hernandez. This is currently John D. Like, no joke. This is not kidding. You could barely see the sunglasses when he's actually holding the camera properly. But yeah, I think John D wants to have fun. He loves the community. He loves messing with you guys. John, at least give him a glimpse so they know it's you. So you're not leaving me out to dry here. Let's go, Evil Genius. Easily the best show anywhere. Thank you so much, man. Luminous Sage is in the house. Let's go, dude. Way too Masquerade is here. John, you're killing us with your mic, man. He's got the phone sticking out the car here. Yeah, John, the community wants to know if it's you or not. I saw his face already. Stay here real quick. I'm going to open up a window in the corner. Okay, give me a second.
Oh, there you go. There's your favorite place. There's your favorite place.
All right, so yeah, I kind of wanted to test it. John wants to go live, but I think he's waiting for his time. But that was cool enough to get him at least partially in the building, right? Partially. I think the more time goes on, we're gonna see him creeping still full for sure. Yeah, it was John D. I talked to him on Facebook, so it's him. He's just messing around. Chaotic said, bro, going live 3 times in the 24 hours. You need to get some sleep or something. You're funny, man. You're funny. I love it. I was gonna go on live actually I was gonna go live in like an hour. But he's back in. I'll give him one more shot to at least say hi to you guys, because that's at least what the community deserves. But I'm not gonna do this every 5 seconds. All right, John D, say hi. At least say hi for the community. Yep, he did black out. Yep. All right, John. What can I say, my guy? At least say hi. That's it. You just gotta say hi.
2 lanes to turn left onto Palm Parkway.
Oh, he's going to Palm Parkway. He's going to the Wawa. So that's where John D's going to be at if you want to see him somewhere in the great state of California. There's got to be 1,000 Wawas there.
And there's the Wawa over there.
There you go.
Apparently there's another one on Palm Parkway. If you want,
John
we
D.
can flip around and go to that one.
John D's definitely not shy. No, he just likes to mess around. All right, John. We'll see you in the next one, buddy.
Flip a bitch and come over this one.
All right, there he goes. Okay, so so I was gonna go live at 7:30. I wanted to see if some other people wanted to go live as well. Reach out to some feelers here through Discord. But right when I was kind of setting everything up, kind of sending out some feelers and some messages, all this, Sean D was messaging me. He's like, go live. I'm already sitting here. I'm like, okay, I'll hit the live button. We didn't even do an intro or nothing. I don't even know if I'm going to keep this video on the channel. We could restart this and do everything all over again. Oh, thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. There's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of streamers. There's a lot of home arcade YouTubers. I mean, I appreciate that at the end of the day. There's a lot going on for sure. Sorry, here. I will so it's not so you guys know that's John D right there, right? So there it is. Sorry, bad connection. So we'll just say it's a bad connection. Signal got lost, bad connection. We'll just say that. We'll say that. See, let's go, John. That's definitely me. There you go. So you got some proof there, guys. I'm not just blowing smoke up your tail, guys. I'm not just blowing smoke. That's not how we do. You know, I want to give everything to the community. Whoa, what's going on? Evil Genius, Fret Burner. I still need to buy a Tron PCB from you. Don't be dealing in my chat. Don't be wheeling and dealing. No, I'm just kidding. It's so funny. Evil Genius, did you get better internet yet so you can come on the show? Did you get better internet yet so you can come on the show? Yeah, Thumper's like, okay, enough John D for right now. His connection was very bad. I mean, I don't know why he's calling me in the car, but you know, it is what it is. All right, here we go. Wait. You're an emulation enthusiast. Luminous Sage, are you good at emulation? Because we could use some of that. Such a lion asshole. John D is such a lion. God, I love this guy. He you can't help yourself. You just trolling and trolling, my guy. Just trolling and trolling. Oh wait, hold on a second. Let's see here. Let me do this. Let me send this link out. I feel like I should restart the show. Chat, should I restart the show? Get like an official intro, bring some people on, or what? We're just going ham. Maybe move past all the stuff like that. Like, see, there he goes. LOL. Okay, somehow my internet is actually worse. Evil Genius, come on, man. You're killing me, kid. I know you want to get on the show. I know there's questions you want to ask, want to be part of the discussion. I mean, come on, man. Let's go, dude. Let's get hyped. All right, let's see here. Let me do this. Let me do this. That. I'm actually shocked that he even clicked the link because I didn't think he was going to even do that. Because he likes to troll a lot, so. All right, let's do this. I'm even going to send this to some other people here. Let's see if we can get this party started. All right, let's go. All right, let me catch up with the comments here. We got some people coming in, 22 people live into the buildings. Everybody just eating dinner. What are you guys doing? Are you guys chilling and chatting, having fun on this Wednesday night? What do we got going on, guys? There you go. See, that was him. I told you. Okay, now you can't say I never went on your show. There we go. We got the John D exclusive in the house. I'm going to make a thumbnail. I'm going to put John D exclusive on there. I'm going to do it. Let's see here. Oh, Evil Genius, where do you live? In the boonies? Comcast wants to charge me $15,000 to connect a line here. Where do you live? It's time to move, buddy. It's time to move. Oh, Julio Hernandez says, Danny, I'm just coming back from the Chase channel. He said he lost his dad today. I know you talked to him, Danny. Wow, this is breaking news for me. I am very sorry to hear that. Holy cow. Wow. Yeah, that's wow, this happening live here. Let me okay, I'm just gonna shoot him a text real quick, guys. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I just did. Wow. Normally I start out the show, hyped and ready to go. But wow, okay. All right. Let's I don't even know where to go from here. That's it's pretty crazy. Some pretty crazy stuff. Okay. Let's get back on track, guys. Let's get back on track because usually this is the place where we want to get away. You know what I'm saying? We want to have fun, and it's hard. It's tough. That's tough to hear. BC, I had you when I was on your lunch break or something. Now I got you when you're coming off work. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's see here. Grams Arcade. Hey, Danny, assembling the Costco Midway Golden Tea Cab. That's awesome. I'm glad. Hopefully that you like that purchase because I wasn't a big fan of that, but if you like it, that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. Luminous Age, I did reach out to him. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, 100%. Maybe you guys can reach out on my behalf as well. Vic Vicious, cheese and rice, Danny, again? Wait, I didn't have no cheese and rice. Who said I had cheese and rice for dinner? Who said that? Fred Burner, thank you for stopping by again. Yes, give your condolences to Chase's dad. Yeah, I don't know. Thumper's just he's living life, man. He went to the dispensary. He's on his way home. Gummies, let's go. Let's see here. Eric Nicholson said MVC2 has become Darkstalkers. Finally finished it. Wow. Can you send some pictures into the CornerCade? Because we'd love to see that. That's gonna be dope. We got modders in the building, man. We're starting a modding movement. Love it. Yeah, see, now that is not true, Mrs. CornerCade. That is not true. And don't make me come out to the living room because I swear to God, she said, John, I never tune into Danny's streams. Where are you? Get out of here. He called in for about 5 seconds. Luminous Sage says, I'm debating on which light guns to get for the holidays. All right, all right. Should I get Sin-In light guns or retro shooter light guns? I heard the retro shooter ones, the new ones, are like awesome. I'm not familiar with them, but yeah, I heard they were awesome. Yes, 100%. We're sending prayers to Chase. 100%, dude. 100%. Julio, where were you? Where were we at last night? Actually, here, let me get you guys hyped real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Let me float over to At Games real quick, and I will give you guys some updates on that. Give me a second here. I hate working Facebook on the computer. Who uses a computer anymore like that, right? Let's see here. Okay, now I go to where's groups. I literally feel like I'm an old man. Like I use this on my phone. I don't use this on the computer. And it's all different on the computer. So where is maybe I can search. Oh, here we go. I can search because it's going to be under unofficial At Games, I think. I think it's under this. Let's see. Loading. Because there was a post recently. Maybe it's the official At Games. I mean, that would make sense, right? Yeah, let's do that. Yes, there it goes. The official At Games page. Okay, let me share this screen, guys. Okay, so I wanted to kind of give some clarity here on what was actually going down. So if I do this, make it a little bit bigger here. So you asked about the 4KP. We scroll down. There was an update that was given. Where are we at here? Right here, guys. Okay, so can we scroll in? Yes, we can. Kind of. Oh god, that would like really mess things up. Okay, let's not go too deep in the weeds here. Where does this thing go? Oh, it restarted. Okay, don't worry. All right, I'll read it to you guys when we get there. Let's see. A lot of posts about Park because that just came out. Let's see here. There we go, right here. Okay, so I got hyped when I saw this. So chat, if it's a little small, it's okay. I'll read it to you, and we'll kind of go from there. It says here, your Jurassic Park order has arrived at the LA ports. Guys, they're here at the ports. That's a picture of the ports. They'll arrive in the At Games warehouse this Saturday, right on schedule, which means depending on your location, many of you will be playing the Jurassic Park machines very, very soon. Can you see yours? Ha, ha, ha. So it looks like Saturday they'll be shipped out. Maybe Sunday, Monday. Should be 5 days after that. And then we should be pretty good going forward there. So that's exciting. I mean, I ordered the streaming equipment for this. I also had to get, so you got to get cameras and everything. You got to make it all legit. But yeah, we also had the SSF kit on standby. So if that answers your questions, guys. I mean, we're right here. We're on the brink. We're on the cuffs, guys. We're on the cusp. John D's gonna pop in one more time and say hi to you guys. There he is, right there. John, you're on live. You're on live camera, buddy. What's up? What, guys? One day this. All right, John. One day this guy. You heard it right there. I heard home arcade community. All right, that's about enough of that. So, long and short, John, can you believe this guy is going to be licensing Unico and all the other time? This is the man that's going to bring us the games, hopefully. John, you got a big plate to fill. You got a lot of shoes to wear. Oh, my God. I can't, that's insane. Like, this is the guy, man. In John we trust. I sure hope so. But he loves to have fun. My goodness. Like, something else. Let's see. Scrolling down here. Where are we at here? Let's catch up with the chat. Yeah, that's it. Way too fast for you. We got the tables to the ports. We're ready to rock and roll. So let's go. I'm excited. Tim York is enjoying South Park on the 4KP. Danny, can't wait to see you playing yours. I appreciate the love from the community because we can't wait either. Like, literally. Like, this thing is going to be awesome. Like, it's raining outside. It's supposed to snow. Can you imagine just being inside with your 4KP, having fun in your home arcade? Like, unbelievable. So that is the energy that I want to feel. Even as we speak, FedEx is figuring out new and more ways to destroy the 4KP. I hope not. I hope not, man. Yeah, he's just messing around, Devastator Omega. Like, we had to, if he wants to be here and actually talk, he's more than welcome to. But if we're just gonna do that all day, we got to move the drill. All right, let's see. Thor KC says, "Oh, that's awesome. Will we get tracking numbers, or are they just gonna show up tomorrow or something?" That's a great question. I honestly think we're not gonna get tracking numbers, and these things are gonna show up, which is crazy. I don't even know how that would work. I was hoping to get some sort of tracking number because I want to see if this thing is when it's delivered. Like, can you imagine being at work and you got a 4KP just sitting in the front for Porch Pirates to take? Like, come on, man. Like, you gotta have something like that. I think he was doing that on purpose, Limited Stage, for the new South Park tables that are coming out. Let's see here. I've had bad with both. I actually almost prefer FedEx, to be quite honest with you, but UPS actually stole our Killer Instinct and Yoga Flame cabinets in one fall swoop. I was supposed to get them at the same time, and the guy just stole them. So I was the driver that stole them. Nope, we're back on the tracks, baby. Vic Vicious, we're back on the tracks. Let's go. John D is hilarious. He's definitely always put a smile on everybody's faces for sure. Oh, Julio's got a question. We caught up with the chat here from Mrs. CornerCade. Is a pinball your Christmas gift, or is Danny waiting for Black Friday sales or so? I don't know, Miss CornerCade. You're gonna have to answer that question. You're gonna have to answer that one. Luminous Ages is planning on replacing his buttons on his Legends Ultimate cab with RGB red and blue buttons. That'll be kind of cool. Definitely. Always a big fan of modding. Oh, there you go. Chaotic with a little knowledge, dropping it down. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. You'll get tracking numbers this weekend when they will take 1 to 6 days for delivery, depending on Thanksgiving. Things might be a little bit off. So looks like we will get tracking numbers. That's awesome. That's good stuff to hear. And see, we moved today. We moved Class 81. You can see it right here in the bottom corner. We moved it over so we can get in the picture a little bit. And it looks a lot better with those murderous row of coin doors lit up. Love it. Ted Adam. That's right, baby. Let's go. 2 streams in 1 day. Let's go. And I don't even know, should I keep this one? Should I restart the show? Should I make it all official? Should I try to bring guests on? Are we just doing this live? Are we just going to go live right through? I was supposed to go live 7:30 was the plan. But what should we do? And Mrs. CornerCade, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, kid? Oh, and she's throwing down hella demands. This better not be my gift. Get out of here. Hold on. Where is she? Wifey? Where are you? Oh, yeah, that's right, because there's 2 different boxes. You're going to get 2 different tracking numbers. That makes sense. Julio Hernandez says, thank goodness my wife was off and my brother-in-law was visiting from California when my pinball was delivered. And they both brought in 2 huge boxes. Yeah. I actually need those boxes, Evo Genius, because if there's anything wrong with this thing, that's the warranty. I got to be able to send those things out and get it replaced. Oh, man, let's go, Chaotic. That's exciting. Either way, it's exciting stuff to hear. We're going to be rocking and we're going to be rolling for sure. That's so funny, dude. Mrs. CornerCade. I didn't even really get on. I just, like the we called it live after lunch. Is when we went on live earlier. But community, what do you want to do? Oh, thank you, Eric. It looks like you sent that. The kids want to know where their pizza is. Their pizza is still at the pizza place because we never ordered it. We got McDonald's instead because it ended up being like $20 cheaper. Mrs. CornerCade is back, baby. Eric said, check the email. Do you have the mod project waiting? Let's take a look, man. I love it how we literally just went live. Literally. Tim, literally right across from me. Like if you go right here, it's literally right here is where it's going to be, which is perfect because then I can hook up all the things to the streaming so we can stream with it. Hopefully the wires and cables won't get too much in the way. Let me do this, that, and the other. Let me bring up my email because we might have a special gift coming in hot here that we could take a look at. Oh, there you go, kid. He was showing me this earlier. Not the Darkstalkers, but he was showing me other cabinets he did. Don't tell me you have a clot. He's got a clot edition. Get out of here. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see here. Let's share the screen. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Just so you can see, I think I can make this bigger too for you guys. Kind of. There we go. Yep. There we go, guys. So Eric, who's in the chat right now, let's bring this over here. Let me try to get organized a little bit here. Okay, so we got a Darkstalkers cab. Looks like you see the buttons there. He went with red, yellow, and black. Now, is this arcade authentic? Is that what the control panel looked like? Be kind of interesting to see. Looks like he took maybe like a Shinku Hadouken and made it into this. And there's his X-Men. So that we ordered the same marquee as from before. So I don't know if can you guys see? I know it's not the greatest. Pictures are kind of small. But he did the same thing that we did. Is essentially took it, made X-Men 97 made it into Children of the Atom. There's a shot of the side art right there. Looking really cool. Pulled it out for us. Thank you so much, man. Oh, look at the other side. That looks dope. That looks awesome. Dude, you got all the arcades. Like you did the 2-player Simpsons, you did the 2-player Turtles. Dude, we need a home arcade tour, my guy. You should sell all those stools though. If you want to give me some advice, sell all the stools and get another arcade. 100%. Look at that Pac-Man in the background, the Miss Pac-Man looking awesome. I want to get that one, but just not for that price. He's at the 2-player turtles. Looks like he has the Cloud edition. How cool is it to make product and then you have it in somebody's house? Like, how cool is that? You know what I'm saying? Eric, thank you so much for sending that in, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome stuff. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to see. People minding and having fun. Thumper Squid says, I bought the claw machine kit from AliExpress. Gonna convert it into an old photo booth I have. Well, that's cool. That would be definitely interesting to accomplish. Let us know how that goes, because I would like to see what the end results are for that. Are you sure you love yours? Because you can just bring one chair in, just keep one stool then. You don't need 57 of them. You know what I'm saying? That's just my advice. Of course, you guys do what you want to do in your arcade. 100%. 100%. But I'm just saying. And Chaotic, yes, I got my Big Blue in 2024 strictly for Darkstalkers. That's one of the games I do miss. I miss Darkstalkers. It'd be cool having like a couple Big Blues. You could transform one into like a Darkstalkers cab, of course, but you could also do like a Gauntlet Legacy cab. That would be cool. There's a lot of different, it's that like form factor. There's a lot of cool things you can do with that. Let's see here. Tony C says, I bought the guts of the Clot edition Big Blue. Found no need for it, but still have it. Yeah, Chaotic, I don't know how to do that. If you tell me how to do that, I can certainly try, kid. I don't know how to redirect. Oh, Jason, you're back, baby. Let's go. I know I gave you no warning, kid. I gave you no warning. I'm sorry, but I had John D on the phone. He was kind of messing around, having fun, but that's whatever. John D was being John D. He told me to go live, so I did. But I was kind of planning on going live anyway. So see if we can get a couple guests, have some fun tonight. Doing a quick chill and chat while we hang out in the arcade. See what else we got. Devastator Omega, can you mod a cab into a Tekken cab? I mean, Devastator, where you been, kid? We're going to do that. Actually, we're going to do that with the one behind us, I think. It depends on which one. Now, I've gotten some love here for Robotron, guys. Should I do Robotron? There you go, Devastator Omega. There you go. There's your answer. Tekken cab right here. We got it. Jason, what were you eating? Everybody in the chat, what were you guys at? I had McDonald's for dinner. We had an easy, cheap dinner. Yeah. I would assume, Ted, that is 7:30 Central. I would have to think, but yeah. Okay, we didn't get the number one guest that we were trying to get, but I'll take number 2 in the house. We got
You'll
James.
take a number 2 in the house.
Number 2 is back, baby. Let's go. Hey, I mean, compared to John D, John D was here. John Diamond was here in the house, and he was not messing. And I have proof, guys. I'm gonna pull up proof again, just so you guys know. Here, it's over here. See what name is that? Yeah, that's his picture. That's his funny picture. So he was just messing around, having fun. All we know is that he was going to the Wawa, and he was with a whole bunch of other people in the car. That's all we have. James, we got matching hats. Look at
Indeed.
James, are you done watching the kids? Is Mrs. Wife home early?
No, but the kids are in bed, so I just got to keep
mission
an ear out.
accomplished, James. Let's go. We didn't start the show with a countdown. Guys, should we reboot the show and start it with the traditional countdown or what? We got a question here. Is, my Mortal Kombat in the background here. Can we make that into a Tekken? And I said, you bet your ass we can. And we just did it right there. So I was showing people the renders here. Okay, through YouTube Studio, it looks like I can do redirects. Okay, well, yeah, I don't even know if this is set. You guys are asking me to do this live. I can barely function live, let alone do things behind the back side. You're gonna have to have Miss CornerCade kind of take over here.
There's somebody in chat who wants me to pay $2,000 for him to have a listing in the Marcus Who's Who directory.
That looks like yeah. So fill us in on that real quick. Let me take the Tekken thing down real quick. What is all of this? Help gather me up, because I know you did a live stream on Cyrus, looking real fancy in a suit and a photo shoot. but what was going on? Like, who's who? It said that listing said it was like since 1899 or something. What the hell? Like, what is that?
So there's these there's these companies that do this kind of stuff, right? They try to fill egos and or provide a way for people to boost uh their bio, right? To make them feel like they're more important than they are, or to give the impression they're more important than they are. Um, and it's a marketing tactic for yourself. And so I'm not going to say negative about people that do these things. It's just most people know these are pay to play. They don't recognize any real honorific. It's not like you're recognized by a colleague in your industry and they nominate you for something. This is literally a company that's in the business of selling a giant directory of press releases and people's bios that they write themselves. And so these guys spam executives from every industry, every walk of life, and they try to fill your ego saying, "Oh, you're so recognized for all the great stuff you're doing because we see you have a vice president in your title or a chief in your title. And man, we want to include you in our directory of the elite of the elite. And to be in, all you have to do is pay us a few $1,000s and we'll put you in here." And then they don't even write the bio, right? Because they have no idea who you really are. All they know is they did a LinkedIn search and your name popped up as some sort of vice president. So then you write your own bio to, pump yourself up. And then you can refer to these things and see, like, oh, look, when somebody does a Google search, it'll pop up me in this thing and I'm on the list, right? What they're trying to do is make you feel like you've made it on a business journal that is publicizing the, 50 under 50 or, the top 10 women in business in Wisconsin, right? Those are legit lists. These guys are selling fake lists to try to get people on and make it seem like you've been recognized when you really haven't, right? And so that's the gist. Cyrus fell for one of these, invested his money in it.
Now
You know,
you say fell for. It doesn't sound like if you're putting money in and you're paying to have this, if you're paying to play, you gotta be like, what? Like if ESPN were to come interview me and ask me to, why would I pay for you to interview me? That doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
So
well,
something
at least
two and
if
two
it
ain't
was
equaling four. Like,
yeah,
you know
well,
what I'm
at least
saying?
if it was ESPN, that's a real company, and you'd be like, "Hell yeah, I'll pay $2,000 to get on
So
ESPN and
that's
talk
even
for
more
10
like, I'm
minutes."
not giving you my credit card. Are we doing this through
Right.
PayPal or something? You out of your mind? Like,
This is like Joe Blow out of the blue sends you a notice and says, "Hey, for $2,000, we'll publish something about you." Or other ones are common ones, or we'll give you an award if you know, pay us. You've won the award is how those notices go. Congratulations, you've been selected. Now to get your award, you just need to pay us $3,000, right?
yeah, that
They're
literally sounds like a
all
scam. Like, and we
scams.
just needed in Best Buy gift cards. You just gotta go down to your. If you want us
Well,
to call collections, we need Amazon Razor gift cards and we need Best Buy gift cards.
yeah, so the sad thing is it's not like that kind of scam where it's illegal trying to steal your money. It's legitimate business practice. They're just not selling you anything real, right? You're paying for an illusion of something real, of value. And so they're not breaking the law, they're not stealing money. I mean, they're pretty clear about what you get. It's just, again, I chalk this up to Cyrus being like super naive, right? To being so early on in his career, not having a mentor, thinking this is something worth spending your money on. And it's really not. You're just throwing money away because there's nobody that's ever going to look at that and think that's legit because people know what that is. People understand what is going on with those things. And Cyrus would be much better served, you know, if he wants to have PR about his name and get into articles and magazines to get his name out there, then he should just write press releases of himself and send them out. eventually a publication will be like, hey, it's a slow news day. I'll do a bio on Cyrus Rosenberg for the Miami Business Journal. And now he's in a magazine, right? Or better yet, he networks with people, go to networking events and meet people and find somebody, meet somebody that is at one of these business journals and talk them up, be friendly. You make those connections. And then when there's opportunity, like they could be doing a story on, the effect of video games on whatever. And they'll go, hey, Cyrus, we know you work in the video games. Why don't you give us a quote for this story? And then they'll go talk to him. Like there are ways to get pressed legitimately without falling for these, fake directories and lists and things like that. You just got to put the work in.
That I don't know. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Cyrus needs to start getting some licensing under his belt and pay the bills over at Atari. Like instead of sitting there in your suit, like it's that fake flex stuff. It's like, dude, if we have to actually hear what's going on in this company, you should sell the suit and see if you can get $50 for it so you can pay Atari so we get some damn games. Like that's what I'm saying, right? Like I don't know.
I get the impression Cyrus isn't hurting for cash where he needs to sell his suit.
Do you think he's doing this to add to his portfolio because he knows Arcade 1-Up is going under, and he's like, hey, let me get all this stuff on so I can get a good job somewhere,
Well, it certainly is laying the groundwork for that. It doesn't necessarily mean he is ready to leave right this second.
No,
or anything like that. But doing things like this is to make yourself more marketable for the next job. It's not about the job you have, it's about the next one. And so he's doing these things, whether he ultimately may feel he needs them or not, he's making that investment to build up his brand so that when he does make a move, he can point to, hey, I'm in this directory. I've had this article written about me, whatever.
Yeah, that's
pad his CV.
It's bizarre. It's just bizarre.
It was really it's a nothing story, but I thought it was pretty funny based on what he was taking credit for, right? Because we know he really didn't get those licenses, right? He may have been sitting in the room when they were got, or filed some paperwork or made sure a signature got in. I don't want to belittle him too much, but we know who negotiated those licenses. We know who actually got them.
I don't know. The man, the myth, and the legend is here, John. If you're still here going to the Wawa there, stopping off getting some groceries, you tell me, man, was he in the room when you were negotiating these titles? Let me know. Darren King just wants to resign all over again. Julio Hernandez says it's time to build his resume, but he knows he is not there long term. New generation don't care about being loyal to companies. Yeah, I mean, Julio, that's a twofold. You're not wrong, but I also am not loyal to any company. If the next company comes to want to hire me and they give me 10,000 more a year, we'll see in the next one. Here's my name tag, my keys, deuces, dude. Trust me, that'll never change. Companies will not be loyal to you unless you are the CEO and president and founder.
So the best advice I would have on that front, Danny, is work for a place where you believe in the mission. If you believe in the mission of the company you work for, not only will you be much more satisfied at your job because you're working towards something and you feel like you're really doing good, but you'll have a lot more satisfaction. And ultimately, some things, obviously you need money to live and things like that, but some things are more important and more rewarding. So, John, he's off doing Media 1-Up, following his passion. The place I work, I could make more somewhere else. I could do that easily, but the place I work has a mission that I believe in. And so you get a lot of reward from knowing you're doing things for other people and, sacrificing some of your own opportunity in order to give other people opportunity. Right. Mm-hmm. So that, everything isn't all about money, right? It's certainly there's some aspect of it, and there's nothing bad with greed, in my opinion, right? Greed is good. Greed greed drives people to solve problems for other people, because the way you get rich, right? If I solve your problem, you're going to give me money, I can get rich. So solving problems is a good thing, but greed can go too far. And the point being, if you actually believe in the mission and you have some greed, it comes together, and you live a more fulfilling and rewarding life helping others, or whatever, whether it's helping others, building arcades, mowing yards. Everybody has some sort of thing they're passionate about, and finding a way to make money doing that, enough that you can live, or better yet, get rich, the better and happier you're going to be. And so yeah, if you're in a job where you don't believe in the mission, you don't really care about what you're doing, it is going to be all about the money, and you're going to jump ship the next time somebody pays you more money, for sure. But
Yeah. That's well said.
The key is finding something you care about.
You might know this question better than I do, because to me, it's about the games and the form factor, and let's get this party started. But Jim, the Pacers fan, one of the best names in the home arcade community, and I love that icon, but I'm a Bulls fan, so I hate the Pacers, says, isn't his dad, which is Cyrus, part of the company that originally gave Arcade 1-Up the loan? I don't know anything about that, James. Do you know anything? I mean, you're Mr. Analytics. You're alive at the ports when the ports come in, and the dockings stations, and then you also you love the legal aspect. You love that court talk, dude. This is my chief correspondent behind the scenes, dude. And I love that about you, because like it's different flavors make up the room. If we all have analytical guys, it's boring. That's what it's just about. But it's cool that everybody can bring something to the table, because when I look at those said documents for like court stuff, it's like, okay, so is Arcade 1-Up done, or are they not? Can we move the drone? We can talk about it. I don't care about the 30,000 page assessment that we have to read through. But what do you think about that?
So yes, I mean, Cyrus shares a last name with the gentleman who helped negotiate the deal with Midcap Financial, who helped negotiate the original venture loan, I believe. And of course, John can correct us on any of this if he's free to say so. And then ultimately, Midcap is the one that restructured the debt and the loan, and now who actually runs Arcade 1-Up. And so the person who worked for that company, or at least consulted with that company to do those original deal, also is a Rosenberg, who I believe happens to share more than a last name, but some DNA as well. But I don't know that for a fact, so I won't go out on the limb, but I'm pretty sure it is a father-son relationship there.
That's insane, dude. That is insane.
And
That's
so
crazy.
You can imagine, hey, while I'm talking with Scott and we're doing these things, I mentioned, hey, my son's looking for an internship. He would love to come work for your company. He likes video games.
So
Scott's
that's how
like,
it started.
yeah, have him come down. That would be great.
Yeah. Kid doesn't know an arcade from a barcade, from a cornercade to a countercade to a partycade to anything. It's like, come on, Cyrus, give the people what they want. We don't want to see the 18th integration of NBA Jam. Good God. Look at Darren King was completely oblivious. Darren, wake up. Yeah, I didn't know any of this. Yeah, I just found out now. This is crazy. Oh, my goodness. The chat. Oh, they're talking to you about the Blue Oyster, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. I know P-Dub said that. I don't know if he's talking about the cult or something else. Or
is a Blue Oyster kind of like a Red Lobster? Is that like a
Blue Oyster Cult's a band, so I don't know what he's talking about. I guess I'm out of the loop on the Blue Oyster, but
Retro Randy, I like seeing YouTubers contributing to each other's streams. Great brotherhood. Shout out to Evil Genius, P-Dubs, James, etc. Yes, we all support each other. At least most of us do. And I love co-collaborating. Guys, I sent this link out to thousands. And I was like, everybody, come on, let's go. But like other people are busy. I even sent it out to Chase. He lost his father, I guess, yesterday. Thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family as well. He did get back to me. It's obviously a text message, through text. We were texting, so a little bit of private stuff there. But he says he appreciates me, and he's just going through this tough time with him, his wife, and his kids. So, yeah, I mean, we'll have to have Chase, the retro gaming guy, formerly known as, back on the show soon. I'd love to get him on, and then he could get, Rob Van Dam on, and we could talk wrestling. You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
I saw he also got those new retro shooter guns.
Yeah, everybody's getting a
for
retro
preview.
shirt, guys. Everybody's getting
Those are amazing.
hey, everybody's getting with the X arcade stick. Unfortunately, guys, there will be a time where I'll get the call. I didn't get the call this time, but yeah, we want to do some wacky and fun stuff. But yeah, that was going around the YouTube channels for sure. Hey, Jason said it is like Red Lobster. So if I'm right, am I right? And John D, Medium One Up LLC says if Red
Don't bring
Lobster
that
say,
stuff up. Yeah. They're off on a tangent in there.
Let's go, guys. Get hyped over Red Lobster. Let's go. Darren Kang, I was only in Arcade One-Up office for a month in early 2020. But when the COVID shutdown happened, at that time, Cyrus is finishing up his senior at NYU. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of the employees at Arcade One-Up are interestingly from the New York area, and several specifically are NYU grads, which I found interesting. You know, a lot of careers. I don't know that happened here, but a lot, you know, specifically in relation to the Rosenbergs, right? A lot of it is not what you know, but who you know, right? That's how you network, you make connections, that opens the door for you. And so with all those NYU guys, they're in a network of grads from the same university. You make connections, you form mentorships. You know, it was mentioned in that article that Cyrus says he participates in a civic or gives his civic duty back by working with an organization at NYU. That's part of that alumni network that universities have. So you build those relationships as a student with an alumni, and you hope the alumni helps get you in the door for internships and jobs in the future. It's all part of this. I don't know. you know, like I said, this ring of you create this ring of connections in order to open doors for you. You know, the used to be called the good old boy network, right? But obviously it's you know, it spans that because it's everything, right? It's just people who make connections and you know, share some sort of connection, and you're friendly enough with them, and they have confidence enough in you that they're willing to go out on a limb and put their name on the line in order to get you opportunities, right?
Yeah, that's yeah, I mean that's obvious. You know, that's obvious in life. That's, you know, when you become successful and you come from a certain party, you give back. You know, you give back. That's everybody should be doing that. Yeah, it's Jim the Pacers fan said, has anybody seen where was that at? Where was that comment at? I said yes to that. It was you know, my scrolly
You said the
mouse never
Police
works.
Academy movies?
Yes. I think that was a random comment. It did bring back to like the crash test dummies and stuff like that. Like I had those action figures and stuff. Where are you getting that comment from, buddy? Like, what? That's hilarious. Like, I bet you James has a toy somewhere. Yeah, look at I need to say more. Need to say less. Like, what? I had those, man. Growing up, they were in the cars and they all exploded. Like that stuff was funny.
Sorry, 1 second.
No, you're good. You're good. He's let James take care of some business down there, and then we're gonna catch up with the chat here. Yeah, there's a lot of Blue Oyster talk, guys. I love you. We got 60 wonderful people in here. Please, guys, if you haven't, give this video a like. I was trying to search through YouTube to see if we can redirect, but it doesn't look like, I don't even know where that is. I don't know where it is. I could turn something on. Creators adapting live automated mid-roll saw on average 20% uplift in stream ad revenue per hour. Should I turn that on? Should I turn on the ads during a live stream?
Yeah, of course you got more revenue because you're annoying people with ads all through the stream.
I don't turn on ads in my live stream. So if you guys come here and you're seeing us live and in the building, there are 0 ads on the replay. Will bring ads. But I've told my other content creators that's a stupid decision because you're missing out on some cachet to support the channel. Of course, we always like to do that because it leads us to do more wacky, crazy stuff at the CornerCade. Darren King says, "Oh, I'm all about networking, man. Trust me." Well, Darren, I'm going to send you the link to come on the show, and you can network here live in front of the building, in front of me and James Hates Everything live, baby. You ready to do it? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see Darren King pop in with his cell phone. I assume. I don't sure he has a streaming setup like this, but let's see what he has to say. In the case of Arcade One-Up, I applied right through a posting on Glassdoor. That is insane. Like that actually worked, you know. I didn't know anyone inside when I scored my first interview. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, well, there's you go. The Rosenbergs and Scott are colleagues. You know anything about that? We got
no.
James's kids are in the
Uh-oh.
house. Let's go, baby.
Sounds like I might be having claw machine issues. Hold on a second.
Oh no, well that's a
They
shocker,
have
right?
all the-
But it's still work. It worked. So
Oh,
maybe
John,
not. Hold on. Let
look
me
at
check.
John hired him. Look at that. We got like a reunion in here. This is now, John, let me say this. Are you gonna hire Darren over at Media One Up? Are you gonna give him a job there? Let me know, dude. Thank you so much. Look at that. That's awesome. Yes, hit that like for John D. At least do it for John D. If you're not gonna do it for me, do it for John. How about that? I love it. I love it, Thumper. I love where your head's at. Let's go, dude. Guys, it's a show about nothing. We're like Seinfeld right here. So if you got anything in the chat, let it rip. We have almost 60 people in the building. If somebody wants us to talk about something, let it go. Otherwise, Class of 81's looking beautiful there. Thinking about going and playing some arcade games. I mean, come on, we got a whole arcade here. Oh, yes, I did see that. Giovanni posted that. He saw a Supreme Mortal Kombat arcade one up at the mall, which is very, very cool. And James, my colleague, has dipped out on me. He is gone forever.
All right. Good news. The claw machine is fine.
Oh, so what happened to it? What happened to it?
Nothing. It's just, she was having some difficulty winning something. So all
Yeah,
good.
you just gotta get on scam mode. That's why. Yeah, I'm thinking about. I don't. Oh, look at that! Like, Thumper wants to apply at Media One Up. There you go. I was thinking about. So I laid out the groundwork for what we're going to be doing in the future. So we just got Class 81, as you know, and then we are on the verge now because the Jurassic Park you're the port guy. You're the port guy. You should know this. The Jurassic Park.
Bill is the port guy.
Actually, Bill is probably the port guy, which I also invited him to today's show too. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it, but yeah, you would be right. You're like the fill-in port guy. I love it. But they hit the ports 2 days ago, and all the stock is going to move to like a At Games facility, and then on Saturday, once they're there, they're going to be shipped out to the consumer. So anywhere from 1 to Chaotic was saying 8 days, maybe 5 days, depending on the holiday of Thanksgiving and whatnot. So some really cool, exciting stuff. I mean, so by next week, I should have a Jurassic Park pinball right next to me, which is insane. And if you haven't seen James's stream last night, guys, on the SSF kit, because we just got that in the house as well. James, what did you think of the first impressions of the SSF kit?
Oh, you're gonna make me shill this on here, huh?
Hey, dude, it's your first impression words, not mine. I have yet to even play the pinball.
Yeah, so I can confirm, Danny, there were some Legends Pinball 4KPs that have hit these all say toppers and SSF kits. So
yeah, because I don't know, would they tell you individual people's orders? I guess they would.
No, it just tells you what's on there, but there is there does seem to be some actual Legends. So there's been some hitting the ports since the 14th, it looks like. So there you go. Since I have a temporary account open, I could look.
Yeah, see, I told you had the port data on hand.
Yeah. So yeah, the SSF kit, right? I was a big skeptic. I told people this last night. I have 7.2 surround sound systems in multiple rooms of my house. I have haptic feedback stuff like the butt kicker on my in my home theater area. I have a butt kicker on my computer chair for playing like Call of Duty and flight simulator games so you can feel the gunfire and everything else. I have a haptic vest thing for VR. I love those kind of immersive experiences that you can get tied to video games. But I know what to expect, right? I have all these different things. It's like, yeah, you get some directional sound, you get strong bass and vibrations. So I was like, I know what I'm getting. To me, that's not worth $400 for this table. And then I went and actually experienced it at Pinball Expo, and I said, "Oh, it's good. It's what I expected." But again, not worth $400. If I could save money, then I'll buy it. So it finally went on sale, and I picked it up. And so I kind of gave this lowdown at the beginning. I knew it was going to be decent. I knew it was going to be an improvement. But my experience was 150% different playing there with my table with that SSF kit than it was at Pinball Expo. And it's doing things that I would have never expected. Like, you know, people talk about, oh, the sound and everything. Certainly you have all that directional sound, which is great. But whatever, you know, is in the exciters or how the exciters work, like you can really, really feel the ball moving around. It's not a trick of sound. It's physical. You can feel it. And it's one of the best haptic experiences I've had of any of these products that I've tried out over the years. And it's night and day difference. It took that table from a good virtual pinball machine to something that is off the charts good for me. Right. And even though At Games hates James, like I gotta say that is it took that from like one of the, if not one of my favorite things in my home arcade. I think it's at the top for gameplay, right? I like the arcades better myself because I like arcade games more than pinball. But at the same time, if you said, what's the one thing that is the best? Hands down, I'm going to say it's that Legends 4KP with that SSF kit. It's just night and day. Immersion is way off the charts. It's pretty crazy. And I sound like I'm overly shilling it now, but that's how drastic the turnaround was for me. Cause I was even told people at the beginning of the stream, I wouldn't pay more than two. I was like, 200 is a good price, not 300, certainly not 400.
Yeah, you were definitely like, hey, do you have a coupon code? I was trying to find it, couldn't find it. It's like,
yeah.
You know, I might get this thing if it's on sale. It's like, now you're saying, dude, it is worth full price.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh yeah.
Like, that to me gets me excited. Like, holy cow. Like, wait a second. Oh man, hold on.
I was to the point at the end of that stream, and I haven't got to spend a ton of time with it yet. I'm just finished downloading South Park right before I jumped on. But I'm to the point last night where I was like, I wouldn't even buy this table unless you have the SSF kit. And before I was like, yeah, get the table. It's good. Now it's like, no, you wait, save up the money if you can't afford it and get it with the SSF kit.
That's insane, yeah.
The experience is so much different. You don't want to miss out on it.
That's cool. That's cool though. That's really cool to hear. And that's why I wanted you to kind of talk about it a little bit, because it hasn't even hit our front door yet, you know? So I only know I have the SSF kit here, but it's not plugged in or anything. So I'm just like, oh man, this was worth it then. Buying it and getting the table, getting it installed. That's exciting at the end of the day. That truly is exciting. That's, you know, I talked about this a little bit earlier when we live, like around lunchtime. And I titled that live stream "Live After Lunch." You like that, don't you?
I only saw that just a little bit ago, so I missed it. Like otherwise, I'd have turned it on during the day.
Yeah, but so I get a lot of people working, but hey, you know, you're live after lunch or live during lunch, you know. So what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. So we were talking about the SSF kit. I totally lost my train of thought. I don't know. This is all cool stuff, and I'm glad you liked it, because if you would have said, it doesn't really do anything, it's like, damn, like, good thing I guess I got this for a good price, because that would have stunk paying full price for this thing. But the way you describe it's kind of like having a sound bar for your TV. Like, a sound bar is necessary for the TV. You can't have it without at all.
What's up, and it's so much more than that.
Yeah, which is awesome, because you were saying you could feel the ball rolling on the play field, you know, that type of stuff you just don't get anywhere else. Goodbye, guys. Oh, they're having fun out there. But yeah, long and short, like, this is exciting. This is cool. It's good. And I haven't got this exciting feel, I would say, since like a Time Crisis, you know, Fast and Furious, you know, where you're like, oh, I'm getting this day one. Like, this is dope. You know,
for me, that was like Star Wars, Dragon's Lair.
So you're more of an 80s guy.
Well, those are the epic titles, right? I was big on Time Crisis, but when that $700 and some price came out, I was like, oh man, I really want that, but I'm not going to pay that amount. So waited, you know, it was almost a year from its release before I finally bought it. And when I bought it, right, I used rewards and stuff, so it really didn't cost me but like $50 or whatever. But at the same time, I was very disappointed in the guns. Like, I was not pleased with how the guns worked on that one. So
on Time Crisis,
still a great cab.
They were a little cheap, or
Well, it's the placement of the sensor. It's down underneath the barrel in the, essentially where the real gun would have the exhaust and stuff. I don't lower chamber, whatever you want to call it. And so, like when you're the natural aiming point is way off, and
Okay.
it's for me it's just distracting. Whereas, like take the T2 guns, they put the Ascendant camera in the barrel and it aims perfectly. And so by putting that off, the whole angle of where it should be shooting is off, and it's really distracting and difficult for me for some reason. So I know other people are better, but for me, the aim off is just screws with me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me it was okay. I didn't really find any complaints, but yeah, putting it in the actual like gun where you're aiming, that's pretty much a no brainer. Like that would make sense. I
Yeah.
mean, there's obviously reasons why that didn't happen. I would assume it would be price or whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. That John J says, what do you think? $200 party Cade Pac-Man at Costco right now, 17-inch screen. I am a fan. I will say I'm not a fan of the CornerCades. I don't think they have a place anywhere. They're just kind of stupid. Again, to each their own. They're just kind of stupid. Like, who wants to play on a 7-8-inch screen, right? No one's actually legitimately gonna play on these things. Like, my kids won't even do that, right? And they got
Yeah.
littler hands and they're tinier people. Now, they might be kind of cool as like a collector edition. Like, I can see you putting it on a shelf or something and it just kind of sits there like what the attract modes are playing or something, maybe. But I do think that there is a room for party cades. I think party cades are actually dope. With the full-size controls, full screen, I could essentially fit 2 party cades right here behind my door and fit 2 more arcades in the arcade where they still have that full-size screen as like a 3/4 scale would. So party cades I'm a huge fan of. I think Arcade 1-Up should have kept that line going. I think that should have been the introductory line. You know, you get it priced at $150, $200. Obviously have the full shebang. You don't cut corners, light up marquee, controls the same. I think that could have been a really cool introductory price point to where you have that introduction, then you had the deluxe, then you had the XL, then you could have gone to the pro line or something, and you could have had spray to all fields.
Yeah, I've seen people also build risers for the partycades. So you've got it mounted on the wall, but then you have the illusion that it's a full cabinet because they put that essentially a full size riser at the bottom. So you've got a coin door and everything. It's the slimmer of the slim Cadies, right? It's so slim,
Yeah,
it's right up
yeah.
against the wall. And
Yeah.
for people that need a space saver, the partycade is definitely a good option. Partycades aren't for me, just like the countercades aren't for me. I don't like the perfectly vertical screen. It's like, it should be tilted, things like that. But I
Yeah, of
get why
course.
people do like them, and I do think there's a place for people that have space issues. It's the only way you can play Defender in the real controls from Arcade 1-Up, things like
Think
that. So
about
there's
think
a
about
valid reason to have them.
Think
But
about the amount of sales, and you're 100% right. Like, think about for like a kid's bedroom, you're not gonna put a 3/4 scale
yeah,
machine in the corner. Like, you're just not. It just looks kind of goofy. But you could put one of those up there, put some LED lighting. Maybe it's underneath their bunk bed or something. Like, you could still get sales. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a business. And if you go over to like Europe, they definitely have smaller spaces. And
yeah.
Arcade 1-Up's party cades could be huge in Europe. You know what I'm saying? You don't know until you try it, I guess, right? Just like Giovanni Sean is going to try this, guys. So let's fire it up for him. I love it, Giovanni Sean. I love it. $4.99 super chat. New topic sent in an email on arcades you probably haven't seen in 3 parts because Gmail limits. No worries, man. We will check that out because I saw you sent me some of those retro cool arcades that you were checking out at the mall today. We'll definitely take a look at that. Give me 1 second. We'll continue on with this, but Giovanni Sean, thank you for supporting the channel. That $4.99 is going to the modding projects that we have coming up, James. That's where I was talking about too. Kind of going through here. You kind of know what my plans are. Got the class of 81. You can barely see the picture there. Light up the coin doors already. I was thinking about swapping out the buttons right away, but I kind of passed on it. We wanted to get the building started, but the 4K P is coming in. And then after that, it's WrestleMania. Dude, this is coming back to back to back. WrestleMania, James. I'm like, finally, it's going to be here.
You better finish it or I'm going to build it and you're going to be
No,
sorry.
it's Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Rangers, got a Raspberry Pi coming in tomorrow. So it's going to be, we're going to be on like Donkey Kong, man. It's going to be awesome. And then later in the month, right before Christmas, is what I was told will be the Golden Axe completion. So the Golden Axe into a Dynamo. James, I think you're going to like that one. You're an 80s guy. That was 89. That was 89. That I think that's going to look dope. Nobody in the community I've seen have done this before. So this will be a first ever. If I can get the yellow T molding, I will definitely do it. But I can't make any promises because I don't know how to peel it off and stick it on. You think it's easy, but it's not like as easy as you think. You could do some damage peeling that trim off there. But yeah, let's see. Thor KC says, I like that the Partycade has a full-size 17-inch display. That again, that it has to have that. It doesn't look like a real Pac-Man arcade machine, but that's why the replica corner arcades are there for. There's a bunch of ways to play this. You know, and I do think the Party Cades, like I said, I literally have this wall right here. And if you guys can see it, you'd be like, yeah, that'd be perfect for 2 arcade 1-up Party Cades. I'm like, duh, let's do it. So if you talk about, you know, a Defender, for example, right? I don't have a Defender themed skin in my arcade, but if I had that, that'd be kind of cool. Or hanging on the back of a door, you know, just to slap another game on there. Like that's got some oomph to it. No one's busting out a CornerCade and putting it on the floor and start playing on the floor. They're not going to bust it out and put it on a bar top table. It's just, yeah, you put the 17-inch screen. You can't see on an 8-inch. It's too small. It's too small.
Yeah, I think the CornerCade, they probably want that for parents to buy for their kids, right? Something in that range. Of course, obviously, you know, people with apartments would like it, but I think they think that that is a great lead-in product for parents and to pass on the nostalgia to kids. The problem is it's still too expensive at $150. That's not exactly something I'm just going to hand to my kids. And while there is something like My Arcade in the market that has perfectly playable games, that is what, $30, $50?
Yeah.
Like, you know, that seems more like something you're going to buy to give a kid to kind of, you know, show them the history, right?
Exactly.
And so it's like the CornerCade for me is a product that doesn't know what it wants to be. And I get it has its collectors. Again, people, space saving, as it's not a total knock. It's just not, I personally can't identify where it would fit in my life. You know, if I'm going to buy something that small, give me a New Wave Toys. Give me a numbskull, right?
Yeah, because those you can display and those look cool.
They
That's
look
like
awesome.
Size,
Plus,
like,
it's basically the same size screen, and you can actually play them. You know,
and you can also hook that. You can HDMI that out to like a TV or something.
Right. Exactly.
Evil Genius, you said you sold one for 200. You talking about the Partycade, and now he's regretting.
Maybe
Darren
the
King
Defender
says,
one that's now like $1,000 or whatever.
Yeah, you people are crazy. Now I would take the PCB out of there and I would do something with it on a 3/4 scale level. Maybe just put it into a Defender 3/4 scale. But there's a takeout burger joint down the street from me in New York City that has a Partycade on the wall while you wait. That's pretty cool. I have a couple of them, like 3. That would be pretty cool while you wait. I like that idea. I really do. Yep, Evil Genius is a big fan of the Partycades. Wish they came out with more variety of that. I do too. That's one thing I will say. I do wish they had that for sure. John Jay says, I heard great news about pole position from YouTubers as far as the little My Arcade thingy goes. That's cool. So let me pop in my email here because I know Giovanni sent over some pictures. Let's fire that up. I saw a couple of them right out of the gate. So guys, this is
there you go. Pole position.
Pole position.
Speaking of pole position.
Just speaking of it. Now, I didn't even know they made a 2, so that's probably why he titled this Pole Position 2. I haven't really seen that. Does that play like Pole Position 1?
Yeah, the My Arcade has 1 and 2 on it. So, 2 is very much like 1.
Yeah, pretty much tit for tat. Now, I have seen this one. This is the Warren Davis edition marquee.
MG's killing me in the chat.
MG. I love MG, dude. He's an anti-partycader. It's like an anti-other things, right? Oh god, the chats. You guys gotta go to the Arcades Anonymous Discord. Jason, link that in this chat box because you guys gotta go there. We hang out the water cooler chat. We just love talking, and it's a great time. So okay, so there's 2 of those guys right here. Let me
The other one, of course, was Qbert, but with the
Warren Davis. Yeah, let me bring up
Warren Davis marquee on it. So it's pretty
yeah,
nice.
there's a bunch of other ones. Give me a second. Let me bring down my email so I don't dox myself here. We've done that one too many times on the chat here. So let's see. Let me bring this guy up. Let me how do I go back to beautiful? Look, I'm getting the hang of things. Let's go. All right, now I've seen
APB.
Yeah, I've seen this one in the arcades before. If you guys haven't, this one's pretty cool. Yeah, I love the marquee on there. That's really cool. Double Dragon, now then a Dynamo. I feel
what
like
what could have been arcade one up.
No, it's now you would have had now listen, you guys would have had the Double Dragon and the Killer Instinct. So you guys would have lost your mind over that. But at least you would have had the PCB made where you could swap it into a Dynamo. Because remember, you would have a flat control deck, that marquee would have stank. You know, there would be a lot of negatives to
But
that.
maybe they
but
would have re-released it a few times, right?
This is arcade one up. Do you really think that
they re-release everything? Eventually you get the good one, right?
They re-release NBA Jam, Pac-Man. We're still waiting for a re-release of Centipede. Would be insane, but that's not going to happen. Can you believe, James, the Atari 50th is the last Atari cab you will ever see from Arcade 1-Up? What a way to go out.
Because it was terribly ugly.
Oh
and
my God.
bad
All the
placement of the joystick.
You could have had
it plays really well. It was just an ugly design.
But you could have had a Crystal Castles. You could have had a Major Happy. You could have had anything. Okay, so Double Dragon. James, did you take a Double Dragon and a Dynamo from Arcade 1-Up?
100%. I will Double Dragon 1, 2, and 3 on it, even though some of those are suspect games. They're still classic and nostalgic for me. I love the Double Dragon series. You could even, since they threw the 8-bit version of Battletoads on the KI cab, you could put Battletoads versus Double Dragon on there. I mean, there's so many things they could have done with that.
Interesting that you say that, because I have 3 Dynamo cabs that I can mod with and 2 Midway cabs. So I mean, this could be one of them. And I'm looking at the control panel. I'm looking at the Dynamo right behind me here. I could pretty much keep 3 of the buttons on each side and plug the other ones. And then essentially that's the same control panel that I have.
It's very close. It doesn't have the edge, right? The hump of a Dynamo, but
oh, who cares? Like, I'm not.
I guarantee you, there's Dynamos with Double Dragon in it because
100%
and everything else.
So what? So I wonder if that's a possibility. Chat, what do you think I should do? One Dynamo is taken already, and that is 100%. We're going to do Golden Axe, but should I do Double Dragon? Like, I've seen the cartoon when I was a kid, but I'd never really played the game. Don't have.
You're gonna do all these customs. You're gonna have to change your name to like the
CornerCade. No, the CornerCades, dude. That's it's right there. We got it. Trademark it. LLC it, Mr. Litigation there. Like, well, what essentially what we're tired of, and James, we've had this discussion numerous times, and I want to get sidetracked here, but we're tired of Arcade 1-Up and these other home arcade companies, just for lack of a better word, whatever it is, you're just not getting it done. And I don't care if that's because of licensing. It's whatever excuse may be, and it sucks, right? It's not necessarily these companies' fault, but at the end of the day, you're the ones that we have to blame because you're the ones that make this shit, right? So if you can't get it done from an aspect of negotiating, it's too much money to come out with. You got to figure it out, man. So you're not telling me, real quick, you can't do a MK3 Ultimate, Deluxe. Like, you can't do a Bubbles Deluxe. You can't do anything. You did a Joust. So you got to do something. And it's like that's any company. That's any company that you talk about. Just get these products and get it out to the consumers, because we as consumers, and I can speak upon many of you guys, we have 70 people here. Go ahead and say it. Are you guys frustrated? Do you want product? Like, from the gist of what I'm hearing from the community is you guys want to fill your game rooms. You want more nostalgia. You want to bring different titles like this, Double Dragon, not much nostalgia for me, but dude, I guarantee you if a home arcade company came out with this thing fully licensed, I would buy it because it's a different game. Like, I don't want to have 7 NBA jams in my arcade. Like, what I'm saying? You beat a dead horse with that. And James, we're how's that side of the pond? Did you get a said form filled out and turned in yet? I'm not gonna touch it too much.
Not yet, Danny. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. So we got just leave it at that. We'll go on. Oh, this is it. Yeah. We only had 2 on this one. Okay, so we're gonna bring this guy down. For me,
Double Dragon. While you're changing emails, Double Dragon is like for me the OG beat 'em up, right? And I know it's somewhat polarizing. Some people really love it, some people really hate it, but for me, Double Dragon was always that real first experience I had with a beat 'em up, right? On the NES and at the arcade, it was Double Dragon, right?
It's interesting that you say that because like the OG beat 'em ups for me are like X-Men, Simpsons, Turtles. That's like guaranteed. Final Fight is actually in there as well. And I think that's probably it that I can really touch on because Golden Axe I never played. Revenge of Death Era I've never played. I mean, there's thousands of beat 'em ups, right?
Yeah.
But RoboCop I never played. Like chat. What other beat 'em ups are there that can come to my mind? Like
Well, there's Battletoads. There's a ton. X-Men, Spider-Man. Or you said X-Men. I meant Captain America. There's Spider-Man. There's
yeah, I'd never played those.
Night
Hook. I know there's Hook.
Slashers.
Yeah, I mean it goes on.
Kings of,
Yeah,
there's all kinds.
maybe Double
But
Dragon is
certainly the
something.
ones you mentioned of the 90s, the Konami stuff like
Yeah.
Turtles, Simpsons, X-Men are certainly the pinnacle of beat 'em ups. But for
I
me, the
wonder
first was that Double Dragon.
where was Double Dragon in the 80s, right? 88, 86, 87.
Yeah, I mean mid 80s sometime, I think.
I wonder if
I don't know the exact date off
I
the top of
wonder
my
if I
head.
should do that. I'm taking a look like chat. What do you think? Oh, the Punisher. How do we forget
Yep.
that one? That's a no-brainer. Thank you.
Punisher, Aliens, Alien versus
AVP.
Predator,
Yeah,
there's so
AVP.
many.
Yeah. Double Dragon though, that might be one. I mean, look at that marquee. I have one of the marquees. You see the CornerCade artwork over here. We got a Double Dragon marquee up there. Maybe I do take a look at that. And see where that goes. Here, we got a beat 'em up here, right? Gauntlet Legends. I mean, that's isn't that a beat 'em up or is that it's like an RPG or something? What do you think? Is that an arcade RPG? It might be a beat 'em up, but this cab looks gorgeous. I've seen this. We played this. My wife wants this. It kind of reminds me of a Big Blue. So if we ever
What
got a
did you
Big Blue,
What did you say was an RPG? I was reading P-Dub's chat about getting coffee.
oh, thank you so much, Jason. It was 1987, so I was
Yeah,
right. It was a
there you
year
go.
after I was born. Okay, what happened? Is it bad or good? Okay, Mrs. CornerCade is summoning me.
Uh-oh.
So give me 1 second. James, you take this over, okay? Okay, take it over, buddy.
All right. What can we do to get Danny banned while he's walking away? Yeah, so Gauntlet Legends. I can't move this, so we can just sit and talk about Gauntlet Legends, or you guys in chat can tell us what you think about John D partnering up with Unico. Pretty interesting news this week. I also think we're going to have more news tomorrow from a certain pinball company, which will be interesting. There he
Okay,
is. He's
well,
back
guys,
already.
it's the first snowfall in Wisconsin of
Oh.
2024. I don't know if I want to get hyped about that, but if I got pinball in the house, I'll play in the snow all day. You know what I'm saying? So she wanted to show the kids were there. Logan held my hand. I mean, precious moments, guys. Let me tell you something. If your parents stop for the kids, okay, just give them a moment. I know we got 71 people in the house, but you guys got to love and support. Me and James are dads here. We got to be dads and husbands.
Yep.
First or second, I always get those confused that whatever my wife wants, we'll take it kind of thing. And then YouTuber third. Let's go, baby. So I did hear everything you were saying, which is kind of funny. We're just stuck at the Gauntlet Legends cab, and we'll just look at that. But I mean, look at this thing. It's beautiful. Crazy Climber. And we will be getting some home arcade breaking news tomorrow from, can we divulge in which company it is?
Yeah, I just mentioned it a second ago. So
yeah, it's gonna be Wonderland Amusements, guys. Let's get hyped. Now, my last Wonderlands video didn't do so hot. So, guys, I need you to view the content and let's go. Like, let's get up the chair, just click into the video and give it a like. Come on, Paul Mindeman is finally here. Thank the Lord. Paul Mindeman. Oh no, let's not talk about that. What about talking about the pinball? He said Unico might have something interesting in 2025. Just saying, I think Paul Mindeman is getting on the Fox train and he's a Unico guy right now. What do you think? What do you think? Okay, so let's go through these.
So the Crazy Climber, that's a good game. It's
never played that. Yeah, never.
Yeah, it's got
just move those joysticks like this.
Yeah, and you gotta get your arms and legs moving. Like it's an interesting concept. That's in the heyday where all these companies were trying different techniques and play styles, seeing what landed, what worked. Crazy Climber is definitely a classic in that.
That's funny. Okay, now this one everybody's seen this. Come on now.
Yeah, that's
Tron, baby. Let's go. Everybody's
There you
seen
go.
now they kind of ruined it here with this LCD widescreen. I don't know what's going on there, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah,
At least
they
we
lost
we got
lost the
something
CRT and couldn't find a new one, so
in the house.
cheap
Time
and easy.
Pilot?
Time
Time Pilot?
Pilot.
We've
Yep.
seen that. Yep, I've definitely seen that. That's a classic. Now this one I haven't seen. I don't know what this thing is.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Like you can play this on what Wii and Switch, and of course in the arcade, right?
Yeah, can you even pronounce that?
I don't know the name off the top of my head. You know, you play
Right.
those bongos. It's obviously big in Japan, and you know, you can find it around like Dave and Buster's and main events and things
Oh
like
yeah,
that. They'll have
100%,
these here.
100%.
They're a ton of fun.
100%. Jungle King. I actually saw this.
Yeah.
Kaito is on the side of this. I have seen this. You
Another
can actually
classic.
you can
One that you
literally
probably will never see because it's not very culturally tolerant.
I
With
will say this,
cannibals and stuff.
you can make that though. Like take a class of 81 or Galaga shell. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Got the screen laying flat. You can make that. No
Oh yeah.
problem. So I think that's the end of my list. Yeah,
That's
that's
a
the end of
fun
my
one.
list.
The gameplay on that one was always fun as a kid, right? It was very much Tarzan-esque. You're jumping barrels and swinging across vines and stabbing alligators.
Now hold on a second. I don't know. I've heard of Crazy Climber, but God, I'm a 90s, early 2000s arcader, man. You know, I got Pac-Man, Class of 81. I got Miss Pac-Man, Galaga. I played those, but yeah, if we want to get some hardcore niche titles, yeah, I'm gonna take a look at those for sure. It's always fun going to the arcades and then seeing like a new title and you get to play it. Like even it's been all
Yeah.
these years and you still to think that
There's
title has never been
just
seen or played.
so many out there, right? That was the experience when we went to Galloping Ghost. It was just like, never heard of that one. This one looks like it's a prequel to Cowboys of Moo Mesa, even though it wasn't, but it was the
Oh,
same
that's
kind of
another great beat
cartoony
'em up.
style. It's like
That's
it's
another great beat
really
'em
cool
up.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul Mindeman, he's gearing up for 2025, man. He says, when you're ready to talk Unico, let me know. I haven't been a fan, but 2025 might make me a believer. Do you think, chat and James and Paul Mindeman, that Unico, with the powers of John D, are going to come out with an XL Big Red? Do you think where there's smoke, there's flames, and there's fire? Guys, what do you think?
So I'll tell you what I think while they're typing away feverishly, that I think they could make a Big Red without John D. So not to take away from John D, but they already have that license. So I can't help but wonder what else might be coming because of John D's expertise. Maybe they just hired him to help design the cab, but I would think that they could figure that out too. So that's what I'm interested in, is what might he bring that Unico couldn't already bring to the table. That's what gets me excited, because again, getting another company that's making these replicas at the 3/4 or XL size is going to be fire. You know, when I say
Yes.
3/4, I mean deluxe, not with risers and not the
Well,
tiny ones.
yeah, and to be honest with you, like I think a lot of companies are not going to make the deluxe size, which kind of stinks. I know there's a lot of XL fans out there, but if you could do both, I mean, more games, more better. Like if you have more companies, we've always said this, it's going to improve everybody. It's going to improve those companies stepping into it, and it's going to improve Arcade 1-Up at the end of the day, because they have to compete. You just can't, you know, you just can't not do that. Yeah, I know you were laughing at this.
Yeah, yes. He's got to get in there and get that $2,000 in so he can get in that directory.
I got
All the
$2,000.
top licensee experts are in that directory.
If I got $2,000, I'm not doing it. I'm not writing an article about myself. I'll have Paul Mindeman do that under his secret alias account for Reddit. I've seen Paul done articles. It's great. It's phenomenal. Like, speaking of which, he said, I think they absolutely could do a Big Red XL, maybe more. SNK. I mean, we have seen, like, can you imagine, like, SNK versus Street Fighter, like something.
There's fire right there, right? SNK versus Street Fighter.
Like Paul, I'm 100% correct. I had to sell the MVSX that we had. Just that form factor, man. Christ on a cross, like that. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it with the form factor anymore. The control panel was like up here. It's like I was playing the piano or something. Like, but I if they could come out with that, oh man, That
can
could
you
be
imagine like a XL Big Blue or Big Blue 2 with SNK versus Street
yes,
Fighter
like
in it?
some
Like that
hardcore
would
niche. I mean, the Switch they came out with it. Xbox, PS5 now. These Capcom collections. It could be done. Wow, that could be something that could really target hardcore enthusiasts. 110%. That I totally agree with that. So yeah, I don't know. Julian says the only ones that know what's going on with Media One Up is the Illuminati. No, that's the Vacation Alliance, right? So well, I'm gonna start a new Illuminati, okay? Because the Illuminati name is now up for grabs, right? Council kids, are you part of the Vacation Alliance? Is that part of your shtick now? Let me know. You're here. You're live in the building. Paul Miniman agrees. Danny. The form factor of the MVSX just isn't right. John doesn't like it, and neither do I. A lot of people don't like it, and that's something that James, I figure Unico could easily correct. Now they could be like,
Yes.
we're kind of done with that. We want to
That
do
honestly should be like the first thing they do is release an XL Big Red that looks in the right shape and has the, right kind of layout. And I'll be a day one buyer of that. I love the Big Red, but I'm not a fan of the MVSX just because it looks awkward. It doesn't feel right to me.
that. It could be that could be really cool, man. I'm telling you, like this. It just could be really it could be cool. Like the amount of
Yeah.
titles, smile your face. Like you're not getting NBA Jam and the same rinse, wash, and repeat. This is something, guys, that like this is something different. This could be something more. And even if you took, I'd even say, James, if you just redid the form factor, but you had some of those SNK, fighters on there. Maybe you put Metal Slug in there too. You don't have to go 50 games deep. You could do 14, 15, 25 games, whatever. And you had some of those like King of Fighters, like that would be cool. I would bring those back with the correct form factor because that control panel, it literally killed the experience.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, me on the other hand, I mean those fighters are good, don't get me wrong, but I had a Neo Geo. When I was a kid, I bought it at clearance at CompUSA. And the games on it I love are like Baseball Stars Professional, which I know is on the MVSX, but Baseball Stars Professional 2 is like infinitely better, but they're still great classic games. There's just so much on the Neo Geo that for some reason Unico doesn't put on any of their things. And I would like to see Windjammers, get us those Windjammers, get us the Baseball Stars Professional 2. The other ones are good, but you've put them on every device so far that's ever come out. Like, let's shake it up a little bit. Because SNK does have so many fighters, but SNK also has a ton of other licenses, right? They've got Akari Warriors. They got all these things that they could reach back into their repertoire, not just Neo Geo era too.
That would be cool. Like Windjammer is definitely a fun game. There's like some of the golf games that I was playing on the MVSX that I had was Bomb Samurai Showdown. Like those are really cool. Like those are those like niche titles, like to the hardcore like arcade people. Like your average Costco shopper is not gonna walk around and say, "Oh, Samurai Showdown, I want to get that." Like it's just not gonna happen. But it's cool. Like you got to have that in your home arcade. Paul Miniman says John has plans for Unico. Let's hope they leverage what he has to offer. Do you think John might be working with Unico because he sees them as like the next, not a big thing that could possibly compete with Arcade 1UP? Like you have to ask her those questions. It's like, why wouldn't you go to New Wave Toys and say, "Hey, look, I heard rumors that you wanted to make a full size cab. Let's fucking go. Let's do this."
Well, they're the one company that's already directly competing with them, right? Like there's lots of ancillary competition through multicades, but Unico has a 3/4 scale arcade that they're competing directly with Arcade 1UP on, right? So the only company that really has done that. So they're a natural source for expansion and going down that road even more. And I'm with Console Kits. John needs to get them to give us the ability to go pick up our orders on the Nova Blast if we're going to buy it, because their warehouse, Unica's warehouse, is in my metro, and I hound them about it. Why can't I just drive over there and pick it up? You don't need to give me a tour. Just shove the box out the door. Like, I'll pick it up. Like, oh, I hate that. Nope, you got to pay all that shipping money to go across town. Like, come on.
Yeah, that does kind of suck, James. I got to be honest with you. Like
Well,
that's
thankfully, I have
kicking
one
the
of
little guys.
I know somebody that works with them through his arcade, and he's a wholesaler of them. So I plan on purchasing that when I decide to make that purchase through him. So I can just go pick it up because they
Okay,
do
then
let him go to their warehouse, but they don't let anybody else.
I probably let 19K in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, who
Yeah.
knows? Paul Minham says, just look at what Arcade One Up was with John was there versus what they've done with him gone. Actually, John, Paul, you bring up a really good point here. You really do. It's kind of like the obvious elephant in the room. I mean, think about it, guys. Think about Arcade One Up, what they've done without John D. Now, one can say the claw machine, right? But I'm sure that was kind of produced when he was there. To what it would, you kind of think maybe the end of his tenure. I don't know, right? But when he was there, we were getting titles like, you said Star Wars, like you getting these titles, Blitz, MVC2, that were like chance risk take titles, right? Even if they were like slam dunks, you still had it in the back of your mind as it was a different title. It's
Yeah.
not just your, okay, I know Pac-Man's going to sell. I know a Midway cab's going to sell. So let's just do that and be done with it. We did I did a video earlier, Arcade One is 2024 lineup, and it was literally the
It's like
it
5
was
cabs.
it was X-Men 97, which is
Yep.
not an arcade. I mean, I already replaced
Golden
some arcade.
Tee.
Golden Tee. We had the Slim Katie NBA Jam. Now, Arcade One Up,
Yep.
if you're watching, which I know you do, if you're gonna make the Slim Katie and that's our only chance to get Robotron or these other titles, and do it, I don't care. You have my blessing, right? But nobody wants to see a Slim Katie. Like the 2-player, if they made that same exact cab, James, in a Simpsons, I'd buy it tomorrow because they would
Yeah.
improve so much with it. So much would be improved over it. Control panel height, control panel slant. I mean, you can go on and on. The marquee with the gorgeous, so I would get that. It sucks that we have to have it in that form factor, but you can see we're not getting any of that cool stuff anymore. The Dynamo, John did the Dynamo that made him what 13, 15 million the first month. That was absolutely huge. And I mean, they haven't done anything since.
Yeah, that cab is the best cab for modding too, right? It's
100%.
got the universal shape, so you can fit a lot of different titles in there. It's got an Android based OS, so it's easy to side load stuff on. Like that in and of itself, they could just sell it without any games on it as a $500 customize your own cab kit and make money. But they don't think about those things, you know.
Yeah, John liked the original layout for the claw machine. He knew it was kind of
Yep.
going to be a hit, so it looks like he was there during that tender.
I wonder if the claw machine when he was there was a Slim Katie design like the current claw machine.
Yeah, let
Because
us know, John.
you've
You
heard
could
my
divulge it at
complaints
that. That's
about it,
okay.
right? The claw is too big for the play field, and it's the depth of the newer Slim Katies, that Pac-Man legacy, right? And so it's not the traditional 3/4 scale depth. So I'm really interested in, was it wider before and this thing
Because
got
of the
chopped down
because
and
the
they
claw
just
was
didn't
huge.
they didn't change the claw out.
Yeah, nobody thinks of that sometimes when they do that. John was saying that
A
New
claw
Wave
machine
Toys
countercade.
New Wave Toys can't. I mean, those are already a thing. They're like $50. New Wave Toys can't make full size as much as he loves them. I wonder why. Is the logistics too hard for them, or that's interesting because they would do a really good job of it. I mean,
Yeah, so prototype was XL, he says, so that makes a lot more sense.
well, there you go. So
It's
they
it's
changed it.
I still love what I got, but it's got, talking of areas of improvement, and knock on wood, still have not had any issue with mine, so.
John brings up a good point. That's true because when we saw it, when DMAC was messing around and we saw it behind him, that definitely looks like an XL. That don't
Yeah.
look like the one you have, James. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, you could tell it was slightly different colors and everything. To me, it looked like it was deluxe size, but, it was way in the back. There was nothing right next to it to compare it to. It was just kinda eyeballing it.
Yeah,
JT Games.
Yep, JT Games, thank you, man, for stopping by. Yeah, that would have been cool. I mean, it's hard. It's so hard to do the if, ands, what's, or nuts kind of thing. It sucks because I know there are a lot of XL fans out there. It's just like there's no, and I'll say this, I'm saying that there's not enough variety in the XL format. to really get bought into
And
to that.
doing
Now,
one a year, and then when one of those a year is a multicade instead of an actual like
it
recreation.
stinks.
So
It's like you waited all
frustrating.
year for this. Now you're waiting
Yeah.
for another year for something to come out.
And yeah, and you hope they don't do it to you again, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can't build an arcade like that. We're already having struggles with just the normal deluxe size. So you can't put cement blocks on your feet anymore. You got to really expand and do something different. So
Yeah.
I think who knows? I think 2025 that there will be a bigger push for XL. I do think some of these other companies, I think Unico might be behind that. What was the Centipede XL? It was not Think Up. It was just Games.
Basic fun.
Basic Fun. I knew it was something like that. They could be in on an XL cab. See a lot of XL diehards in here. I think, like I said, I think XL would be cool, guys. It's just there's not enough variety at the end of the day. Well, that would be insane, John. If you did a claw machine, but a to die for edition, that would be very, very insane.
Nice.
Indeed. Let's see here. Thumper Squid. I took James Hates Everything's advice and got the parts from AliExpress to make my own claw. James, what are you doing? Are you selling your own claw machines or what? Like, yeah. Paul, you're right. I mean, this is what I'm feeling right now. It's hard to replace 3/4 scale when there's only a handful of XL titles. Other companies would need to deliver on the opportunity. It's really what we just touched on 100%. I think when that time comes, you start to turn your head a little bit and be like, huh, because we were never going to get an XL Blitz. We were never going to get an XL, Fast and Furious. We weren't going to get any of that stuff. Where I can't imagine
Cyrus
an XL Dynamo.
nailed the claw machine license. He locked that down.
Oh, it's not too hard to
I heard he's got an exclusive deal on there. He's blocked out the competition.
And that was the thing we were talking about. So Cyrus got, he got the Atari 50th, X-Men 97, but I was assuming that some of these companies came to them and said, we want you to make this. So he didn't really do
Yeah, that was
work.
always the story, right? The reason, obviously they had a licensing deal with Atari, which probably required them to release to make certain numbers of sales of the cab. And so every year changing up the look and feel allows them to hit that number every year. And Atari wanted the one that year. That's the story, right? To have the Atari 50th branding on it. And so that's what they did. Rumor wise, right? Obviously speculation there. And, the story we got about X-Men 97 was that Marvel came to them. I find that somewhat hard to believe, honestly, that Marvel said, we want you to do X-Men 97. To me, it seems more like Cyrus went, X-Men 97's coming out. That'll be cool. Can we do that? Or, Marvel had some kind of special co-op deal. If you do
who said
something
that? Where did that come from?
We'll pay half the bill. I think that was, while he was still maybe engaged with the community, and he said that at one point. I know it came out early on because that was like a very early cab, right?
Dude, I got to be honest with you guys. I have not seen Cyrus until he was on.
Media One Up says Marvel did not see, so
yeah. So I haven't seen Cyrus since he was last on my show. Like, I have not seen him. Maybe he did a show with Michael B and Travis, but Cyrus and Travis, they all just like got on the last train out of the city and left and never came back.
Yeah.
And kudos to them. Good luck, I guess. Do whatever you need to do. But it's not a good look at the end of the day for your diehard community members and your diehard fans out there. It'd be like this, James. It'd be like this, James. NBA players at the end of the game or sports athletes never giving an interview. They just leave, never talk. Like, it's obligated in their contract that LeBron James sits his ass down after every press conference now with his son, and you're gonna give the media, or your ass is gonna be fined. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, that's the thing. You don't make an Instagram video. Nobody here has Instagram. Nobody. And the people that do have Instagram probably don't care about your product or can't afford your product. I got to be honest with you. You got to know your lane at the end of the day. And if you're going to go on Instagram, have at it, Haas, but then put it on all the platforms. They're picking and choosing. Like, you'll see an update on Instagram, right? And then like 4 days later, you'll get the same video on YouTube. Just click all. When you do it, click all. I can literally do it in Restream. All social media platforms. Like, it's insane. Who's in charge over there? Is it the guy with the beard? What's his name? I forgot.
Robert
Robert. Guys, wake up! Wake up! Get a cup of coffee, wake up, and come back.
Paul makes a good point, right? We're we've been beating up a little bit on Cyrus today, mainly because he kind of put himself out there, which is why he's not out there anymore. He doesn't like getting beat up on. But some of it's in jest, some of it's serious because we're frustrated with not having anything, And as the former face, he's going to get picked on a bit for this stuff, especially in the role he's in where it's his job to get those licenses. And so,
100%. And John, you're in this chat. You experienced that. John D, you got a lot of flack for a lot of things. You got a lot of praise when you did great things. And it was
people beat John up like crazy while he was still there, right?
Thing. When you're a head coach
Valid or
or you're an
non-valid.
owner, if you're not like Jerry Jones is trash. The only reason he owns the Dallas Cowboys is because he makes money. His team hasn't made the Super Bowl or a conference championship game in 30 years. Like trash. Like, so there are certain people that shouldn't be in certain positions, right? If you're not getting it done, you're fired. Like, that's how it is. It'd be the same thing if I was in that position. If I'm not getting the licensing done, if I'm not bringing you guys new and exciting products, I'm fired. Period. End of story. Like, it wows me sometimes how Dav and Dora can just sit there and just let this circus show go on without putting out product. I mean, that's the II Arcade method. Let's not release any product. Let's only sell merch on our website. 2 months later, business is done. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I got to give Thor KC some credit here because while his comment is pretty funny about them doing the dancing chicken and egg drop, he actually did spark something which would actually like in my brain right now, I'm thinking, oh my God, that might be what they're announcing at CES. And that's a gachapon machine for your house, right? Right, you know what that is, Danny, right? Essentially,
no clue. What are you talking about, kid?
So they're big in Japan, and they're getting bigger here in the United States. But it's like, remember going as a kid, going to Toys R Us or to the grocery store, and as you're coming in the door, there's those little things where you put quarters in, and you turn the handle, and you get a handful of candy or a little plastic ball with a sticker or something in the middle.
Okay.
So in Japan, they're called gachapons based on the sound that it makes, like when these things drop. That's the supposedly the word for what the sound is. But they're more expensive, and you can actually buy all kinds of crazy stuff in Japan through these things. But they're essentially larger balls or egg type things that they put much higher dollar value things in. So things that cost like $5 or $10. So, and some of them are really cool, but you're starting to see these take off here in the US. There's whole, like there are claw arcades. There are whole stores that are nothing but gachapon now popping up in the US. We have one in Kansas City. We have a couple big board game stores like do D&D and all those kinds of board games. They are now carrying gachapon. There's a toy store I know that's now carrying gachapon stuff. I've seen some retro gaming stores carrying it. They're starting to get big. So it would not shock me if Arcade 1-Up is coming out with some, generic gachapon machine with their little capsules in it. Because they wouldn't have to license anything. They don't have to put anything in it. They just make the little mechanism to make the ball drop down. That would not shock me. Thinking about things that are popular with kids and have no licensing to them, that would not shock me if at CES they announced something like that.
Yeah, that would suck. That would.
I'm not saying anybody wants it, but that sounds like something they might do.
I hope not, man. Jesus, that might be the end. That's why I say CES is going to be the fork in the road. Either they're going to get up or they're going to get out. That's it. They're going to do something cool and exciting, or they're going to just be flat, and we're going to have to find new hope elsewhere. But yeah, we got this one coming through, James. Giovanni Sean said, hold on a second. 199 super chat coming in hot. Says, one last email for some rare arcade games. Well, I'll check that. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. Jim, the Pacers fan, I wonder how many IPs Arcade 1-Up has files for to sort away. James, you might know a little bit more about this than me, but I thought they, according to Johnny, said, we got all the titles. Do you remember that clip? We got all the titles, right?
Oh, yeah.
90%. We just won't make any of them, but we got all the titles. So apparently they might not have as many as you think because Konami, gone. Sega, gone. Atari, gone. All they really have now is what? Midway, Bandai Namco, and Incredible Technologies. Am I missing something here?
The Capcom stuff, right?
Yeah,
They're still yeah. X-Men 97's Capcom.
Okay, I was
That
gonna say,
this year.
well, how that might be running its legs too. I don't know, but it's a good question. What do they have left that they can actually work with and do?
Well, keep in mind they had that little ad that showed all the different companies they were working with, and those characters were all in there, but there were no Atari characters in there. There were no Capcom or Konami characters in there.
It sucks. And Sega.
Yep. That's absolutely right. Contracts expire, and unless they have the negotiating power and the sales power to enter new ones.
Isn't the pachinko machine that was on like what's that one with Drew Carey? The game show. What
You're thinking Plinko.
Oh, Plinko. Yeah, that's the game. Plinko, baby. Let's go.
It's a similar concept, but Pachinko
is it a similar
concept? Like there's slot machines from Japan, so they're little balls that fall down those pegs into different things. So some of the
is that kind of like that beer tapper game that everybody plays, and they try to go like this, and they get the
ball. It's the opposite of that. They rain down, right? And you're trying to, just like a slot machine, you're trying to do things, and you win more of the pachinkos, and you put them back in, and
well, we on year 3 or 4.
Money.
Are we on 3 or 4? Year 4 for X-Men. When was that released? I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Could be longer.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, guys.
They're not getting new ones, right? So it's not like they're still making the X-Men game. In all likelihood, it's whatever's sitting in the warehouse they're just trying to sell through, which I think I heard at last count was like 427. So that was like a week ago. So
and James was live at the ports in the warehouse. He was doing inventory count.
I think I saw that on PD7's thing, right? Because the old trick, go to Home Depot, load up as many as you can load up into the cart, and that tells you how many Alliance Entertainment has in stock.
But that's just from Home Depot. Is Home Depot the last source to get it from?
No, there's a few other places. I think it's still on AliExpress, which is Spreetail, and there's a few others that it's out there.
Yeah, so you could really be, and thank you, T-Press, appreciate it. You could be talking about in the thousands as far as X-Men goes. Who knows,
Yeah,
Retro Lizard,
I think under 500 is probably a good,
more of a reasonable number. Yeah. Retro Lizard, what do you mean? Why are we live right now? We're rocking and we're rolling, buddy, and we need your help with Sega Star Wars Trilogy. Hey, I'm in that chat too, 100%. But we need your help to CNC cut that machine and to get the games on there. So we might be calling your name, kid. Me and Ezekiel might be calling. John D, why are you in a hotel room right now? What do you? Oh, is he still at the IAPA thingy, Majiggy?
Most likely.
Oh, let's go, John. You're watching us. Let's go. We love it. Okay, so yeah, we had some emails that we have to check from Giovanni Sean. I'm looking through the chat, see we missed it. Yes, T-Press, thank you for being like number 33, guys. We had over 70 people in here watching. We would appreciate it if you guys get us to 70 likes. That'd be really, really awesome. Okay, let me see if we can go through.
Yeah, Gio's going nuts, man. He get those up here.
Gio, chill out. This is my show, Gio. This is my show, Gio.
Patiently waiting now.
All right, Gio, here we go. Get hyped, Gio, because I don't know what this thing is.
Paid you to show him. Oh, what is this?
Well, James, this is your cup of tea here.
Yeah, I've not seen that one. Gio's gonna have to give us the download on this.
All right, well, he's giving the download because I know I skimmed this already. I don't know what this is. Looks like it could be fun. I don't know what this is either. Bomberman action.
Yep, that's Bomberman.
I think I've seen this, but I will tell you, I've definitely seen this.
Yeah,
this is the creme de la creme of arcades. I think if I were to own one arcade, it might just be this. I don't know. It's the Star Wars.
I'm starting to wonder if Gio is in Chicago because that looks like Interrarium setup right there.
Is this Interrarium, Gio? Did we catch you? Did we catch you live and in the house? Let's go here. Okay, let's see. Tetris. That looked like it'd be very difficult to play.
That's a giant joystick Tetris.
And there's an arm wrestling machine, James. Let's go. And I don't know. This looks like another light gun. Could be VR light gun game. It's hard to tell from the picture. But in the back there's a Jurassic Park shooter. So that's always cool. But Gio, thank you for sending those in. Some weird and wacky arcades to check out for sure. Oh, okay. John D's played this before. I said I played the Raw Thrills Godzilla VR for the first time.
Yeah. Is that the Kaiju Wars? That thing is awesome.
Kaiju Wars. Okay, Giovanni says it was in Georgia, so he's based out of somewhere in Georgia, maybe the Atlantic.
Oh,
area.
interesting. It almost looked like the identical layout of it, Antarium.
Yeah,
but the yeah, Kaiju Wars from Raw Thrills is insane. It's like a roller coaster VR shooter that is just amazing. I think it debuted at IAPA last year. I played it at the Midwest Gaming Classic, and now it's in arcades all over. But unless there's even a newer one, which would be totally cool. But yeah, that experience is insane.
Insanity, guys. Well, James, I appreciate you hopping on. We could go all night. We're 2 hours deep. I want to play some arcades. I got to say goodnight to the kids. Wife is already, I don't know. She'll probably go to bed. I want to try to scoop her up into here. We'll see how that works, guys. But thank you guys so much for being here.
Arcades Anonymous.
Well, this chat will actually redirect you to Arcades Anonymous. So you guys can just keep your sweet aching panachkis right in those seats and don't have to go anywhere, because thanks to Jason Little Alien, I figured it out, and we're going to redirect everybody to there. So, guys, I appreciate everybody being here. James, do you have any final thoughts? You got anything you got to plug?
Not really. I'm not going to plug anything. Just keep playing, have fun. All that fun stuff,
have fun. I wish
right?
I could do the that jingle. If we need to get that on here, and I'll just play that constantly. You know me in the soundboard. I won't stop. We'll do the same time tomorrow. We'll do it on your channel or something. Like we're just gonna go. We're streaming all day, every day this month. We're gonna be PD7, but we're staying at home. We're not walking and talking. We're just talking. We're squatting and we're speaking, guys. I appreciate everybody. I
sitting rather than squatting.
We're sitting and speaking, or we're squatting, whatever you want to do. If you want to do your squats, go ahead. Get your legs moving and grooving. But guys, I appreciate everybody being here. Guys, leave a comment down below. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What do you think about 2025? Do we think it's going to be big? Do we think we're finally going to get the big year, the XL year in home arcades? Who knows at the end of the day, but we're slowly making our way to the end of the year, guys. 100%. Be sure to check out James' channel. Thank you so much, Jason, Little Alien, all my other moderators that are here in the building live, and my host for tonight, my co-host, wearing the best hat in the game. James hates everything. Thank you for being here, guys. Smash that like button. For James, I'm Danny at the CornerCade, guys, and we will see everybody in the next one. Peace.